Well, hi everyone.
Hello.
We were just setting the other things. I think Chris started the other live, so we're we're trying out a live on YouTube, and we are also here on Instagram. So we're live on all these platforms. It's amazing, right? Technology. Anyway, so let's go ahead and start out.
Yeah.
And do you want to introduce yourself as we always do?
Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Ronnie from the Jewel Writers Archive.
We wanted to share a couple of updates with you guys. We've been working really hard on a couple of things that we really wanted to chit-chat with you about today.
Right. So if you guys have any questions along the way, be sure to go ahead and drop us a line, ask us some questions, but we want to go over kind of a synopsis of what's been happening. And I hope celebration. So it's 25 magical years. So Princess Gwenevere and the Jewel Writers. Can you believe? I mean, and let's tell them a little bit of a story that led up to this. I mean, this is really what we started when we were getting the Jewel Writers Archive together.
So when we launched the archive, we thought like, okay, we're going to launch it on the 20th anniversary, which was in 2015. And then now we're like, and then we'll really lead up to the celebration of the 25th anniversary in 2020.
Right.
So it's kind of been, and there were a couple of things that we had like pie in the sky ideas. One of them was a book. And
which is in production.
Yes, so if you haven't seen yet, our zine, the Jewel Writers Archive 25th Anniversary Zine, Circle of Friends, is in production right now.
And we'll talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, what else?
Well, I mean, that was the main thing, is that it really was, we started the Jewel Writers Archive in anticipation of the 25th anniversary. So the fact that we are here 5 years later, now celebrating the 25th anniversary, finally, it's been such a work in progress.
Been like, are we? Because sometimes this felt a little bit like, are we ever gonna get there?
Right.
Like,
I mean, and along the way, we've been celebrating all these different anniversaries. So we've been celebrating, you know, the first magical year, and then the year of the unicorn, your favorite.
Then we did 4 more magical years for the 4th anniversary of the archive.
Right. So it's been celebrating all along the way, and now we're finally at the 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
So this is also to help give you guys some context, is that when Chris and I started to discuss the Jewel Writers Archive, what our plans were, all that stuff, you know, the 25th anniversary really was kind of the culmination of all of this. And it was like, this is our end goal. So to be able to get to the 25th anniversary and to what we're going to talk about, to do some of these things, that was really our goal at the archive. So we also want to talk about the future. But since we've been talking about the 25th, let's get back to the zine, though.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give us an update so we know what it's about.
So we have currently finished all the writing and all the collation of all of the images that are going to be in the zine. We're going to have trace the history from the beginning as Dragon Riders of Pern to Enchanted Camelot to Enchanted Jewel Riders and Jewel Riders and the toys and the fandom and 25 years of fan art, which, by the way, you can still submit to be in 25 years of fan art.
But not for long.
Yeah.
You only got like literally days.
Yeah, like, so we're going to feature 25 pieces for 25 years. And then we're basically going to lay out the whole history of Jewel Riders in the zine. It should be about 64 pages. We're currently working with a really cool designer to get it all put together. So yeah, I'm really looking forward. That was like one of my huge end goals that I wanted. And then like, I want a book. I want a coffee table book. You know, I want something that's really like, I want it. So fun fact, I love merchandise. You can probably see in the room behind me, tons of books, toys on the shelves.
And this is just half of the collection. If you've been tuning in on our social media, I've been filming Sky Dancers and Dragonfly.
You are a saint for being here to help me do that.
You're welcome. I'll be venerated later.
But, you know, I love pins and I love books. And those are 2 things that I really wanted to create. And if you haven't gotten your pins, they are still on our Etsy.
Yes.
We still have a few sets left. So, you know, be sure to grab those if you love pins as much as I do. But the book was a huge dream come true to be able to put this together. It's currently at our like $25 pre-order price.
Yes, pre-order price.
Yeah, $25 for 25 years.
There you go. And, you know, any of this merchandise is also helping us because, again, we are not for profit except for we're selling merchandise. But, we are not getting any type of money from anything. It's not like Kenner's giving us money to help promote their show from 25 years ago.
Like once we make back the costs, any money from these purchases goes to support the archive and to support our mission to literally archive all of Princess Gwenevere and the Jewel Riders. So, think about that. Think about if you want to support that mission. Right. It's kind of a nice tangible way that we would love to see more people support the archive. So
exactly. So, and speaking of submissions, we have a couple of questions. So I just want to run over them. Well, first one, hi, Jonathan. How are you? He had asked about the Wonder Woman movie. You just recently saw the new movie, didn't you?
I have not seen the brand new.
I thought that you had. Oh, then apparently not. No, Chris has not. And if Chris hasn't, I definitely haven't seen it yet.
I do not have HBO Max, which is currently. I'll probably pick up the disc to add it to my other Wonder Woman.
So many DVDs. Oh my goodness. Well, he also asked if he sends a She-Ra. She-Ra Valentine card for you on your email. Of course, you can send us a card. We would love to see it.
Oh, that would be adorable.
And if you want,
I love She-Ra, obviously.
Yes, and if you want us to post it, let us know in the email, and you should know it. It is archivist@jewelwritersarchive.com, so you can send us any art. Those can also be your art submissions for Jewel Writers. Or anytime you want to drop us a note, just let us know. Yeah. We would love to hear from you.
We love to see fan art, and we love to feature it on the archive. So.
Can you see Nathaniel's question? I can't see it from here. The mic is blocked.
My eyes is old. I hope the TV show will be released on DVD. Also, what is your favorite episode of the show? And please do send information so fans don't know.
Well, you want to tackle those one by one?
Yeah. So as far as DVDs, I don't know that it will ever be released commercially
as a complete DVD. There is a DVD out there, but it's just not the complete season or the complete series.
Right.
But we're working right now actually with a German company, and they've worked with us to kind of get some materials that they didn't already have. So it's going to be a German DVD release.
Right.
And once we get a copy, we'll be sure on the website. And there is an English track as well. But as far as
they say if it was going to be the Starla track,
it is because that's what it is. It's Starla in German. So all the materials that I gave them was the Starla one. So currently we are the only ones that have the Gwenevere versions.
The best version.
Well, we're a little biased here. Yeah. What was the next question about?
The next question was,
what was our favorite episode?
Favorite episode.
Well, I already know mine.
Song of the Rainbow?
It is Song of the Rainbow because #Tamara forever. We love Tamara. Yes.
Mine is Wizard's Peak because
Drake
Cake.
Yes, you're in love with Drake. And yes, Sergio, I'm not wearing a Jewel Riders shirt. Actually, I forgot to pack it. This is a little bit of a last minute thing, so I'm not wearing it. But thank you for the support. I appreciate it. At least you're wearing a She-Ra. I'm in my uniform of COVID. I'm in sweatpants and a black t-shirt. So that's what I've been wearing.
We've been cleaning my hoard all day.
Right.
So,
but I had a Tamara flip. If you haven't been looking at social media, I posted it like my hair was flipping the other day.
So long right
It is getting long. I'm growing a little bit of facial hair too, but I like it. Let me know if you like how I look.
And the last question from Nathaniel was, please do send information about the show fans don't know. So I think there's a ton of information on the website.
That's the whole thing.
We recently reorganized back for the 25th anniversary. And, we added all these different sections about Dragon Pern and more information about Enchanted Camelot, more toy prototype photos from Greg Attore, the art director of the show. And if you really love that and you want it presented in a nice, beautiful format, it's going to all be in the zine.
64 pages of full color. And that price is going to go up. So published and it's going to be ready to ship out, it's going to go up in price. So if you guys are interested, make sure to place your orders. It's on our Etsy shop. So just search Jewel Riders on Etsy. You can also check out any of our videos, our links on social media, all of those. We have the link for Etsy.
Yeah. And we really wanted to do a special price for the people who pre-order it because that is showing real faith in us that you are going to get a beautiful product at the end. And we wanted to honor those people who really took the time to believe in that. Not that we won't have copies available afterward.
Right. It's just that we also needed to use these funds to get started because we needed to pay for the layout. We needed to pay for the printing. So that's the reason why. You
know, not to completely drain my bank account 100% every time.
I think Nathaniel had another question.
Oh,
Do you see the second
Nathaniel had another question is, are you surprised there will be a sequel to Sonic the Hedgehog live action movie? I don't really know.
BK and Boba Kids. There you go. I think, Jonathan and Jasmine have something.
Okay, Jonathan, how about some She-Ra toys?
Are you kidding me?
I have so many.
That's the second largest pile when we're going through everything. So, Chris, this is going to be a later conversation that we're going to be talking about the future of Jewel Riders. Yeah. But organizing his stuff, oh my gosh. His mountain of Masters of the Universe is colossal.
I have a giant Castle Grayskull.
If anyone wants to
does anybody want to buy it? Right. Because I have nowhere to display it.
But those are all things that we're going to get to. Because I'm trying to help you sell your stuff. Your hoard. The hoard and She-Ra.
You know. But I love She-Ra toys, to answer your question. I think I have a full set of the Masters of the Universe Classics She-Ra toys. I have this new She-Ra series dolls.
Those are really cute.
Yeah, those are adorable.
I think you're going to end up opening those.
Yeah, the box is a little crushed in storage. So I'm probably going to open them. Because you know what? I want to display them anyway.
I mean, you have an open glass case right here. So that way you're going to be... But that's already claimed for Jam.
Yeah, no, Jam has the other glass case.
Oh, the other glass case that you can't see.
Yeah.
There's so many toys. He has to open all of them.
So many toys.
You got all the toys.
Let's see.
Jasmine.
So Starla related, I used to have the DVD with season 1, episodes 1 through 5. Yeah, that's the official DVD release. And it's a really, it's such a strange little DVD sold at Walmart.
For $5.
For $5 in the toy section, not the DVD section.
Right.
And even though it says Princess Gwenevere on the cover, it's the Starla version of the show.
But they took the time to make the Gwenevere logo into the Starla
look like
logo.
Starla logo. So, yeah. And fun fact about that DVD, you have one signed by Carrie Butler.
No, I don't.
Oh, no,
we do. It's Lisa.
Lisa has one. That's right.
Lisa had Carrie sign
Lisa
it.
from the Princess blog has a signed one of that.
But you can see it on the website under the memorabilia section. We have a picture of it. But, Jasmine, you're going to need to stay tuned because we're also releasing episodes of what we call the Archive Showcase. So the Archive Showcase is going to be our, as you love to say, our kind of review where we talk about the merchandise and we go over our thoughts about it. And one of the episodes is the DVD. However, we're releasing those, and I'll get a little bit to that a little bit later. But we're going to be releasing those every month. So you're going to have to stay tuned to YouTube. Do you want to review about what the show is for her just really
quickly? I think it's a magical girl show from 1995 that follows Princess Gwenevere and her friends Fallon and Tamara as they search for the missing crown jewels of Avalon. And they battle the evil Lady Kale for those jewels. And I highly recommend you watch the show if you enjoy magical girls and other shows like She-Ra and Jam and My Little Pony.
We have the entire series available. So if you haven't heard of just Jewel Riders, but you know the name Starla and the Jewel Riders, but in the Northern California, in the Northern America, 2 different names, but we have the entire series available. We also have it in English and lots of other cartoons as well. We just updated some playlists on our YouTube channel. We have Sky Dancers, Sky Surfers, Dragonflies. We're working on Tengu and the Guardians of the Magic. We got so many different things.
Because while Ronnie has been here, he's been going through some of my old VHS tapes and
your DVDs.
Capturing and DVDs and capturing episodes of those shows. For future sharing.
Yes. So we're all working on
I mean, that kind of leads into, I think, the fact that we want to start exploring some of these related properties.
Again, the future of the Jewel Riders Archive, which we will talk about by the end of this segment. Yes. I promise you.
Let me see. There's another question here from Nathaniel. I hope that Princess Gwenevere and the Jewel Riders toys will be released so I can get her because she's my favorite princess.
Aw, Princess Guinevere is your
Aw.
favorite. That's so sweet. As far as toys, unfortunately, as we were talking about earlier with not really getting any type of funding, Princess Gwenevere, unfortunately, it really is a dead property. When it comes to, officially, there is a copyright owner, and we've asked them about toys, about, re-releasing maybe the movie or not the movie, the episodes, merchandise, t-shirts, things like that. And we really didn't get any positive response, unfortunately. So that's also why we created Redbubble and a place that people could buy original merchandise as well.
Yeah, so our Redbubble has so many cool designs you've added lately.
T-shirts, stickers, lots of different merchandise. But as far as toys go, that would be blue sky, amazing idea if we were able to create. We have the prototypes, so if we were able to recreate them, even if they weren't, posable, just to have a static figure.
Even have a little statuette or something would be amazing.
Right. So if you support us and give us more money, then we could possibly buy a printer and print out some of those 3D printing.
Yeah, that would definitely require a sculpt and a 3D printer and all of that.
Right.
Which would be awesome. But also, that's blue sky.
But you can still find the toys. I mean, they are available. They're just really expensive.
They've gotten quite pricey.
But you never know. Sometimes you can find them for relatively inexpensive. If you look on eBay, you might also look up on Mercari. Sometimes other apps like OfferUp, or maybe even local yard sales and garage sales, you might find the toys there too.
Yeah, I think the last time I saw one in the wild was the Sac Toy Con we went to in 2019.
Right.
No, 2020.
We did go to a convention, and there was Drake, and friend of the archive, Stormy bought it.
Yeah, I think none of us would have actually just left him there.
I know, it was too sad to leave
One of us
him.
had to buy him, so she bought him, which was super cool.
Yeah. We got some more questions there.
Jasmine says we look like we're glitching.
Oh.
I don't know. Technology.
I don't know. Maybe it's also just my stress level.
Yeah.
I'm just right?
You're like Vanellope.
There you go. I'm like Vanellope. Exactly. Okay, so let's continue on. Then we talked about the zine and some of the offerings. And I think that also leads into some of the other things that I'm working on. So for social media, if you are following us on Twitter, you may see that recently we've been auto-retweeting some things. So here's the thing. For the past 5 years, from 2015 to 2021, I have been managing the social media accounts. All, no joke, we've had 20 different accounts on different platforms for Jewel Riders throughout these 5 years. Things that have come, things that have gone, things that are still maintaining. And unfortunately, I cannot do it manually. It's just too much.
Your thumbs can't take it no more.
So what we've done is there was an app. It's an older app, If Then That. And basically, or If Then This, or something like that. But it basically looks for search words in platforms like Twitter, and it helps you to either get notification or retweet it or whatever it might be.
Cool.
So what I've done is I've organized it so that whenever there's a mention of Jewel Riders or Avalon Web of Magic, that it automatically retweets.
Oh, cool.
So that's going to help me. But the problem is sometimes it's just random conversations that people are having, and they just happen to mention Jewel Riders.
Oh, okay.
Which maybe that's also going to help because, I love those messages of, oh, I thought I dreamt this up.
Yes, imagine that.
Exactly. So the point is that we are going to be auto retweeting. So if you're following us on Twitter, you may see some of those that are just basically the auto retweets. It's not something that I'm necessarily managing. It's just going to do it itself. So if it doesn't really make sense and you're wondering what is this? It seems like a personal conversation or there really wasn't any context to this. That's what it is. But it's just to help me out because I cannot do it all.
Yeah.
So that's that for Twitter. For all the rest of the social media, we also will be continuing to share content. So even though, you know, we might be working on some other things, or we might be focused on, you know, the zine right now, we still are sharing lots of content in celebration of the 25th anniversary. And we still have a plan to continue to share content for a couple of years now. So if you aren't already following us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, those are going to be our main social media, and of course YouTube as well, but that's more for video content. Follow us there, and we'll continue to be posting content. You know, and leave us comments, leave us messages. If it's something that you feel like you want to submit, you can always send us an email. So make sure to email us, archivist@jewelwritersarchive.com. Again, all that information is in our bio. It's in our links on the website on jewelwritersarchive.com.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. So that's the social media aspect. And then, since we were talking about YouTube as well, something that's been in the making for years, the archive showcase, as we were talking about. So our video reviews of the toys, of memorabilia, all that fun stuff. It's something that we started a couple of years ago. We took the time to film all this fun stuff, and we, you know, went through and we organized everything, and we made videos of everything. And I'm finally getting around to sharing them. So again, it's just, we've been so busy with all this other stuff.
Yeah, it seems like it's one of those things that something's always been a little more instead. So now it's like, okay, now there's a little breather. You know, we're going to get those out. The zine will be done shortly. You know, we're targeting what, like,
it's spring.
Yeah. Probably end of March, maybe early April.
We hope.
Yeah. Our designer's working as quickly as he can, but we really want a quality product. And we've also got an editor working on it as well to help us, you know, clean up the sections. And so, you know, we want to bring you the best possible thing we can.
Again, a lot of work going into it, and it's only $25 a copy. So if you love Jewel Writers, check out the Etsy shop. Pre-order the zine right now because it's going to go up in price once it gets printed. So if you're interested in having that. And then, as we were talking about with the archive showcases, so what I've done is I'm going to release these every month. So we're actually, we just started to re-release them. Previous to this, we had already reviewed the Jewel Power Gwen, Fallon, and Tamara dolls, and the trading cards. Those were the archive showcases that I had released like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And we just started again with the VHS. So that was the ones that previously were released like 2 days ago. And just yesterday, we released another one. So to coincide with the archive showcases, there's also spotlight videos. So these are short form videos that basically take photographs, videos of the merchandise, and it shares it. So that's basically what
They're
what
really
it is.
cool little videos.
It's fun. So
better than listening to my voice for 20 minutes.
So check them out. Yes, the archive showcases are long form. So, you know, 25 minutes, 20 minutes.
They go in depth, basically, on each of the products.
Right. So they're fun with that. And then as far as, like I said, everything is going to be released monthly. So stay tuned. They're going to release out. We have a couple of premieres right now. I have for I think it's the hair accessories, the Sunpower Gwenevere doll, and then we just released the VHS. So those are the premieres of the archive showcases. The other ones will be released every single month for like 2 years. So we've got a lot of things to share. So make sure to stay tuned. But that kind of leads us into the future of the archive and what we want to do. So I don't know if you want to, this has been a big passion of yours as to what the future is and what you want to work on with like your other, like for instance, like Shelves of Wonder and things like that. So
I mean, I think there's only so long you can really sustain a project like this, like day in, day out. And I think for both of us, we're kind of reaching that place of what's next? What do I want to work on next?
You can only talk about a property for so long, you know, and we've been complimented so many times on the fact that, hey, you guys have written 100 blog posts or you guys have maintained social media for 5 years of a product that doesn't really have any newness to it, but yet you've been able to bring life and
Right.
re-energize this.
And that's, and I have loved that piece of this.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, for a long time, we were really hoping to like find the people who own it, perhaps convince them to do a reboot.
So if you're out there and watching this,
or really just try to revive it in some meaningful way, so that a new generation can experience it.
Right.
But I think that's, and I think if that opportunity ever presented itself, we would 100% be there for that.
Of course.
But I know we both, as like really creative individuals, have a lot of personal projects that have also been sort of waiting in the wings for like the last 5 years.
It's like as tall as me, like the list. And the thing is that I've been unemployed this whole past year, and all I've been doing is Jewel Riders. And it's like it's nice that I've had this time to be able to focus on it and to be able to actually work on it.
That's been a huge gift.
Right.
And I don't know that we could have done the 25th anniversary as well.
Right.
Without that.
And that's the whole point, is that it literally took an entire year of doing nothing else except for Jewel Riders just to even catch up
just like
on this, to edit
insane.
all 50 of those archive showcase videos, to go through and revamp the website and scan all this stuff and upload it. Like, that's, it took the whole entire year to basically catch up. So we've been behind on a lot of other personal projects, but not just only that. As I said, you can only go so long talking about a certain property. And we have, do you want to talk about some of the properties that maybe they might be able to look to?
So, we also really love a few mid-90s properties as well. Tanko and the Guardians of the Magic is a big one. It's like, I think the closest thing to Jewel Riders really that was ever made.
Well, I mean, and there's a reason to that. Greg Attore, the art director of Jewel Riders, had his hand in that, as he did everything.
Yeah, in the mid-90s.
Yes.
And we want to talk about the brother-sister properties, Dragonflies and Skydancers. Those are two properties we really love.
And I think a lot of fans out there love Skydancers.
Yes.
So we're going to be talking about the toys and about the cartoon series, merchandise.
Yeah. And then I think we also want to talk a little bit about Sky Surfer Strike Force. That was the
kind of the brother property
for Jewel Riders in terms of marketing. They both came on in the same time, and
Long John Silver. That they had to coincide with each other.
So I still want to talk some about She-Ra. I think we still want to talk Riders. There's a number.
There might even be like a My Little Pony thing thrown in there, but there's lots of other.
Some of those older properties as well. Golden Girl and the Guardians of the Gemstones.
Yes,
and
that's Barbie, by the way.
Oh, not Goddess Girls.
Sun Goddess?
Oh my God, what are they called?
I don't know. Oh my Goddess.
No, that's anime.
I know.
Moon Mystic and Sun something.
Yeah. I think that was
is it Guardian Goddesses?
Who knows?
They're like
there's so much. We need to catalog these things.
Sun and Moon goddess dolls from the 70s.
Right. But that's the point, is that there's so many things still to share. And I think that if you are interested in magical girls, if you love these properties, you're going to enjoy the content that's going to be coming up. And it might not all be posted to the Jewel Riders archive. And what our long-term goal is to kind of create more of like a 90s aesthetic, 80s toy.
Magical girl.
Right.
Toy properties, cartoons, like kind of bring all of them together. You've described it to me as the Megazord.
Exactly.
Before.
Megazord.
Where they all come together and form.
Jewel Riders, Guardians of the Magic, combine, make She-Ra.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's really the point.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, we got a lot of things still left to share, images, videos, merchandise, archive showcases, podcasts, blogs. We're still doing Jewel Riders. We're still going to be involved in that. And we're still, at least, if it's like a Disney celebration for the next 18 months, celebrating the 25th anniversary. But, we might be diversifying. So if you've seen on our social media recently, I was posting about Skydancers and about Dragonflies. So if you like all those things and you enjoy those cartoons, check out our YouTube playlist. We have new playlists of all those cartoons as well. So we
Yeah.
want to diversify. We want to share new things with you.
Yeah, and I think this idea is still gestating. It's still forming. We haven't really decided how we're moving forward with it.
Right.
But I think for the moment, it's all going to be on the Jewel Writers Archive. I know we've talked at some points about doing a new website or a new blog or a Facebook group or something.
Nothing promised yet.
Yeah, no,
I cannot commit to a new website yet.
I don't know if I would do another website.
I think it would mostly just be social media because I feel like websites that are dedicated to a certain property, as fun as they are, kind of out of fashion.
Yeah.
It's not really...
Our website is very nostalgic in that it's this single property website.
Right. I think that most of these other properties have moved and now they're more like... Wikipedia pages and wikias and things like that. Like that's really where the
wikias
fandom
have largely
replaced websites.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something fun though that I like about the Jewel Writers Archive.
Yeah.
That you can still go through and find, you know, one of those traditional like websites that are based on a particular
It's like a
franchise.
modern website, but it feels like kind of like those shrines of the mid-90s, which is
like Stormy's Avalon.
Yeah,
page.
exactly. Which we kind of wanted to pay tribute to.
And I think that we have.
Yes,
Very much so.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tons of new interesting things coming on the horizon. Still Jewel Riders. Not 100% Jewel Riders, maybe. But new things coming. Personal projects probably coming from both of us.
Not posted on our own lives.
Yeah.
Me trying to get a job. Like trying to work on things like that.
Yeah. Me trying to tame my horde so that it doesn't crush me in my sleep someday.
But you got to work on taking pictures of your horde.
I do.
As you're organizing. Take photos and post them. Do you want to share your other Instagram?
Oh, yeah. If you want to follow and see more of my toys and collectibles, you can find me at Shelves of Wonder on Instagram.
SHELVES of Wonder. WONDER.
Yeah. And if you want to find more specifically about Skydancers and Dragonflies, you can go to at Skydancers_Dragonflies on Instagram.
Flies FLYZ.
Yes, because it's the 90s.
Exactly.
FLYZ.
Yeah, so Skydancers_Dragonflies. That is the Instagram handle that you can follow. But again, all those properties are also watchable here on the Jewel Writers Archive YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Too many things I can't keep.
I know.
Like it's all too much.
And where can they see your collections?
Well, for the most part, like I said, I mean, I think that I'm kind of keeping it separate. Yeah. So that's just trying to do freelance video editing and things like that. So
yeah, but if you want to see more pop culture stuff, Shelves of Wonder is probably the place to go.
Yeah, I think it's fun
I have collected really broadly over the years, over like the last decade.
You have.
Yes,
that's a lot.
There's like and I'm trying to trim it down to what as Marie Kondo says, what really sparks joy.
Exactly.
So
Jewel Writers.
Yeah, Jewel Writers definitely got several of the bins.
Yes.
So, yeah, and it was nice because we were able to. If you've seen, we're going to post a video of some prototypes that I opened soon.
See, that's the thing is like
I had these prototypes like in their shippers still.
You still hadn't even opened them. I mean, we had pictures, but only because we had pictures from the person that we got them from, but you yourself never even opened them. This is how busy we've been.
I know, it's insane.
Crazy for 5 years.
It's insane.
The nonstop project. But I think that's about it. So it looks like we don't have any more questions. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in.
Yes.
Again, if you want to find more information about Jewel Writers, visit www.jewelwritersarchive.com. You can follow us on social media. Most stuff on Instagram, it's at Jewel Writers Archive. Again, you can email us with any questions that you might have, archivist